What is going on, everybody? It is RayD-TCG back at you live again at Wednesday Night Locals, and here we have a favorite of ours, Jake. Welcome yet again.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so what were you playing this time? Sky Striker?
No more no Striker.
No Striker this time.
No Crystron. This is Radiant Typhoon Speedroid. I love the Radiant Typhoon cards. I played them so much in a lot of decks.
Wow, yeah, I think that's like a. I think those two are wind archetypes, so they
sure
do
are.
kind of
They sure
synergize.
are, yeah.
So, I guess without any further ado, let's take a look at this winning deck.
So, this isn't like the version of the Radiant Typhoon that we're just like splashing Speedroid to make the Dragunity link for. Right, this is like actually a Speedroid deck, but I'm just playing a pretty big Radiant Typhoon package because it's the 3 Eldum, like all the normal guys, right? 3 Eldum, 3 Swin, Monster Searcher, Spell Trap Searcher. Good starters for the deck. They're both full combo. And then for on two of the big ones, we're on Crysea and Vararoon. Crysea is nice. The whole deck is win, so you don't care about her lock, so you can play her. Just on the one though, because you don't actually have quite as many quick plays as I'd like to have. And then the Vararoon, because the deck can kind of struggle into Nib, so I wanted to be able to play the Monster Negate to try to play around Nib. You'd think the deck could play around Nib, considering Crystal Wing is like kind of part of the archetype, but you sure can't make him on Summon 5 without jeopardizing your entire inboard. For the Radiant spells, on the one chant that we're allowed, limited this card, unfortunate. It's still good. 3 Vision for draw, on the Mandate, on the 1 of Ascendance. This lets Eldum be full combo, because you get to go Eldum for Swin, Swin for Ascendance, make the Vararoon, gets you your MST, and then you can reborn one of the guys, get up your Mandate, and then link the Vararoon plus the guy into the Rubber Band Shooter to go into the Speedroid stuff. So that's why the Ascendance is there, and then the MSTs, because
it negates.
Right? Yep, it sure does. You got the card that lets it do that. So that's that for the Radiants in the main deck. Speedroids are on also a sizable package. We're on the new guy, Daruma Knocker. Speedroid Circular. You don't have quite as good of a target as Circular does. Like, I think the thing you send with it, Duplicate, it's no Sigma. Not quite as good as Sigma, and the things this searches are also not quite as good as Circular.
I gotta ask real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So Daruma Knocker, any correlation to Daruma Cannon whatsoever?
No, he does not.
Okay.
He does not do any flipping.
Okay, so,
he does not do anything like that.
So no lore connection there.
No, it's just
happens to
real,
be the same.
Yeah, it's the reference to the real life. It's the thing he's knocking down. It's the Daruma.
Right.
It's the same thing the Daruma Cannon is shooting out of, I guess. Right.
Gotcha.
It's the same real life concept. Yeah, the idea is right. He sends a Speedroid card from deck to grave that's cost to summon. So you send the Duplicate, and the Duplicate targets a level 2 or higher Speedroid, reduces its level by 1 to summon itself. And then when he's sent from field to grave, he has a spell trap. So the idea is, right, you can use this, and then link them into your Rubber Band Shooter.
Gotcha.
And then you get to search your Scratch. And the Scratch also just adds the consistency to the Rubber Band Shooter, and we'll go on that later. The other Speedroid 1 card is Stair Top. Summons itself, searches this. It does the thing. It can also search Takatomborg like it used to. Takatomborg is great in this deck because he's not just a level 3 that summons himself, he's also Lone Fire Blossom because he can tribute himself to summon a tuner. Right, the decks that splash this engine don't do that because that effect windlocks you. But in this deck, you don't care about the windlock. This card also windlocks you. A lot of things in this deck windlock you. That's why.
But you play all wins.
A lot of wins.
Yeah, it's a sad thing that Barone is banned. Otherwise, you could play
Barone
that too.
Would be nice. There is a level 10 you can make, but it's like slightly less generic and obviously less good than Barone ever was. For the other Speedroids, we're on a billion one-ofs. They're on Marble Machine. He's also a starter. He's also just on normal. He's basically Terror Top, but it takes your normal summon, so it's worse. And level 2 is a little weird sometimes, but like it's still, you want to play the 1 because sometimes Rubber Band Shooter you want to do a 2, or a Scratch you want a level 2 in the deck. Daiko Duke banishes himself to special a tuner from Hand to Grave, so it's just a nice little extender that you a lot of times you can send off to Daruma Knocker if you open the gate, or you add or dump it with the Rubber Band Shooter, and then if you add it, you pitch it with the Scratch that the Daruma Knocker adds. Red Eye Dice, tuner, level modulates, not once per turn. Less for some shenanigans. Double Yo-Yo, Reborn's on normal. Some of the Rubber Band Shooter lines go through him.
And that one's not once per turn either, is it?
No, but it's on normal.
Well, yeah, so...
so it doesn't happen that often where you do him multiple times.
Right.
And then for the Pendulums, I'm just on 2 and 1 of Clackers and Wing Synchron. I might bump this up at some point, because there was one game where it was kind of awkward that Clackers was only a 2 of, and one of the games I drew the Wing Synchron, so then I couldn't do that either. But these cards are really good. These cards were also, they're not as new as Daruma Knocker, but they were in the newest wave of support. Clackers is basically Monkey Board. It's a scale, and you banish a Speedroid from your grave to place another scale from deck. And then Synchron in the scale basically lets you synchro summon using your scales. It pops your scales to summon a level clearing synchro dragon. And then when you do that, both of these trigger, because this, when it's destroyed, summons the other one from the deck, and the other one's treated as a tuner. And this one, when it's destroyed, if you have two different typed wind synchros, so typically you'll have a machine, and then you'll use this to get the dragon, he can dump a spell trap.
Right.
Usually dumping this card, Clearing Wonder. Its on-field effect is fine if you draw it, but if you're mainly playing it for the graveyard effect, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish this, target a wind synchro you control, banish it, and then immediately return it into play. All of the boss monsters of this archetype are soft ones per turns. So, like, you have your level 12's an Omni Negate, soft ones per turn, so you get to negate a thing, and when they summon something, you can banish them and bring them back, and then you have your Omni Negate again. So it's just basically an extra Omni Negate on your import a lot of the time. And then for the spells, are on one wheel and one scratch. Both of these come up occasionally. Notably, in this version of the deck, Wheel is a quick play spell, so it works with the Radiant stuff. Like, it can trigger your Varroon, it can trigger your Crosea, it can trigger your other Varroon. Both of them require discard. Scratch is a little awkward sometimes because you have to discard a Speedroid specifically. It's just discard a Speedroid, add a Speedroid, right? It's discard a Speedroid card to add a monster. Yeah. So a lot of times when you do your rubber band shooter for these two, you kind of just want both of them to be in the graveyard. So no matter which one goes to your grave and which one goes to your hand, you'll use the scratch that you added off of the Ruminalker to pitch the other one.
Right.
And then they're both in grave, and then you can Daiko Duke, reborn this guy, and then you're off to the races. That's it for the Speedroids. So other than the starters, it's kind of a smaller package. Like, you can definitely go up on Marble Machine because he is full combo if you're not playing as many Radiant Typhoons, and I might try that at some point. Because Radiant Typhoons take up a lot of space, right? Like, you don't have as much room for non-engine. I'm on 45 cards because of how big of a package that the Radiants are. And then speaking of non-engine, 3 Ash. It's Ash. 3 Fua. And then we're on Droplet and Called By, mostly because, like, I mean, Called By's broken, obviously, but Droplet's really just because it's a quick play. And it's like, even with this, you're not on a ton of quick plays for the Radiants, so it's like you're on a little light on the quick play count.
I gotta ask, your deck is mostly wind, so theoretically, you could play Purge. Have you?
Yeah, you can play Purge, and you can play Spiral if you wanted.
But
I just think with the Radiants, like, the Radiant Typhoons just take up so much space. Like, if I trimmed down on them, I'd play, like, extra Marble Machine, and then I'd probably fit the Purges in. And like cut these for like imprims or something to have an extra trap for the Purges to potentially pop. Like, it's definitely a thing you could play in the deck. There's also a consideration for main decking Droll. Because Droll's, I mean,
it's a wind.
Droll's Droll and he's a wind. And notably, we'll get to the extra deck in a bit, but
and Droll's just broken anyways.
The 10 you get here, Crystal Clearwing, is really interesting because if your opponent outs him, right? If he's sent to grave by the opponent's card, you add a wind monster. So like if your opponent's like playing like Lava Golem or something, because like there's a lot of towers that are locals, and you're on like the Droll main deck, and they like Lava Golem this, you go cool effect, and then you search Droll.
If you're
on it. And
that's pretty neat.
And I'm citing the Droll, so it's like you can do that post side, but like that's an argument for like why maining it could at least one, right? Just as a potential search target could be.
So they get rid of your negate, and then you get you get a Droll. Even better.
Exactly. And then you get a Droll. So that's it for the main deck. The extra deck are on the Cork Shooter. This card's kind of crazy. It's a level 3 synchro, and on synchro you can either add a Speedroid spell trap, which you almost never do, or if the materials are still engraved, so you didn't use like a pendulum for it, it just reborns its materials. It's just Splash Mage, but synchro version.
It's pretty good.
It's really good, because especially a lot of the times one of the materials is red-eye dice, so it's like you make the 3, you bring back a guy plus red-eye dice, and then you red-eye dice make the other guy a 7, or make it a 6, and then you synchro into a 7, and then 7 plus this makes your 10.
Yep.
On the puzzle, you never make him, his effect sucks, but you want a level 4 wind synchro for Rubber Band.
What does his effect do?
His attack doubles if he battles a special summon monster, so he goes up to a whopping 26.
Oh, wow.
And if this special summon card was sent from field to grave, then you get to add back a Speedroid during the end phase. I never summoned him.
A little too slow.
You have to play him. He came up a ton, but I did not summon him once.
The effect is definitely too slow, though.
Yeah. And then obviously the attack is kind of a joke. It goes up to 26.
Yeah, so powerful.
To Glider number 2. We're not on Glider number 1, just number 2.
So what's the difference between this and number 1?
Honestly, I could not tell you what number 1 did. This one on summon reborns a level 7 or lower non-tuner synchro. So this one, a lot of times, reborns the Clearwing, and then you can make a 12, because he's a tuner. Glider number 2 is really good. He also has a disruptive effect in the graveyard. I didn't play against any decks where that was super relevant today. It can have it. And if you have a Clearwing, your opponent specials a monster, you can banish this.
I think I remember this card in Duel Links. Yeah, this.
I don't know if this is it, because this is also the more. I mean, it might be. They've had a lot of crazy modern cards in Duel Links, but this was from the more recent wave of support. But it can, if you have a Clearwing and your opponent specials a monster, you can banish him from the grave to increase the levels of all your opponent's monsters by 5.
I can't. Yeah, okay, I do remember. I could have sworn I've seen that in Duel Links.
He might be. They put Snake Eye in Duel Links.
Yeah,
full power.
That is crazy.
They have everything except Appaloosa. That's insane.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody from the anime played Snake Eyes.
Nope.
Yeah, so
This is
which
an
is
anime,
crazy
so.
to me. But anyways,
On the 1 Stardust charge, you want a level 6 wind, and this is a level 6 wind that does something if you make it. I made him a couple times.
gives
today.
you a free draw.
Free draw.
Can't
Level
go
6
wrong
body
with that.
sometimes matters. 2 Clearwing. You do have to play both. 2 comes up often because like sometimes you want a 7 to banish if you're doing like Terror Top and double yo-yo off of Rubber Band Shooter. But also like certain things mention him by name. He's a Clearwing monster. I believe, level 12 needs him as material specifically. The Pendulum summon him specifically. You just need him in your extra deck at all times. His effect on the field isn't bad either. A lot of times he is part of your inboard. Negates any level 5 or higher monster effect on the field, or any monster effect that targets a level 5 or higher on the field. Those are 2 separate effects, both soft ones per turn. We're on 1 additional 7, Clearing Fast Dragon. This card's also solid. It targets a monster that was special by the extra deck to impermanent and make its attack 0 until end of turn. Like, it's actually solid. The main reason he's in here is you do want 2 level 7s with different names for the bike. Like, he's also just solid. And his, like, scale effect isn't awful. It's like, if he's in your scale, you can basically synchro summon him from your scale, so you never need to play the second. On the 1 Kite Drake, this is the only 8. He's also good. This card gets a lot better.
Yeah. That card is really good in Duel Links, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I played...
This card gets a lot better when the Overframe comes out. There's an Overframe level 7 synchro for this deck. It's another Clearwing level 7 guy. And he quick synchros on your opponent's turn. This on summon can either nuke the board or negate all face-up cards your opponent controls. So his effects on your opponent's turn are insane.
Yeah, I used, like I said, I use this a lot in Duel
But like
Links.
just as a going second card, he's good. And also when he's destroyed, he adds a Speedoid. So like I had a game yesterday where I made him to nuke my opponent's board. I knew they had like a negate and destroy trap. So I made him, said nuke the board. So you either lose the entire board or you lose the Omni Negate anyway, and then I get a search. And then like I lost the Omni Negate, I got a search, and then I full comboed off the search. For the big boys, Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, this is the Bad Baron. He's still not awful. He's a spell trap negate, not an Omni like Baron was, but like it's still good. And then also he can become unaffected by monster effects.
It is pretty good.
And be kind of big. And this is the one where if it's sent to grave by opponent's card, it adds any wind. So you can add a Speedroid for follow-up, or you can add Droll or Fua or just some nonsense, right?
Yeah.
You can even add one of the Radiant Typhoon cards if you want to do, if you haven't gone through the Radiant Typhoon stuff. Run 1 of the Bike. He's like the only form of recursion in the deck. That is like one big problem this deck has, is it doesn't have a way to get stuff back from the grave or banish other than the Bike. And the Bike's also very inconsistent because it's a board breaker tool, right? It's you shuffle guys back to pop cards from your opponent's control. But the number that you do for that is determined by rolling a d6. So sometimes it pops 1 and shuffles 1 back, and sometimes it does the whole board. And then the big boy, Crystal Clearwing over Synchro Dragon.
There it is.
He's the 12. He's an Omni. This one, if they out it, I believe it's also just leaves the field. Yeah, it floats into any of these if they out it. But he's mostly just there as an Omni.
So say if they Lava Golem it.
Yeah, if you end on like this, and they like Lava Golem you gotta go like add Droll, summon the Bike, and then Bike summons both of these.
Yeah, that's
right? Like,
good.
And then he's like, and then you suddenly have an extra deck negate, a level 5 or higher negate, and Droll.
So realistically, they would need Lava Golem and then Super Poly to officially break that board.
Yeah. And then we got Lynx, got Rubber Band. I've mentioned him a billion times. He's really good. He's a little inconsistent if you don't make him with exactly the Daruma Knocker now, because he's kind of random. You basically, when he has an ignition effect, you can banish a Wind Synchro from your deck. You take 2 Speedroids whose combined levels equal the thing you banished. And your opponent randomly picks one of them to add to your hand, and the other one gets sent to the grave. So ideally, again, you get these 2. And then, ideally, again, you made this with the Daruma Knocker, so then you have a scratch. So no matter what, you get the scratch, pitch the one that you want to your hand, they both go to your graveyard, and then you can use the Duke to reborn the dice.
And also, this gives you an extra normal summon.
His other effect is extra normal. He does Synchro Lock you, so then he just kind of sits on the board as a 1k vanilla. So you can't actually link him off, which is why I'm not on like the Dragonity link, because then you wouldn't be able to use him. Like sometimes you don't need that extra normal, and then I guess you could be. And then also we saw the Radiant Typhoon stuff. I'm on the Varoon link. It gets the trap, it gets MST. It's a good card. Yeah, all wins. Entirely wind extra deck and main deck, basically.
I like it, because winds for the longest time have been like one of the weakest archetypes.
Yeah.
But
I think the deck still definitely has problems.
Attributes.
It's kind of soft to decks that remove your bodies.
It's last
Because it's a
but not
synchro deck,
least.
right? That's always the problem with the
Yeah.
synchro deck. So for the side.
Yep, the
side was kind of,
sideboard.
I just kind of threw it together. It's nothing crazy. I'm on Nibiru. This is probably wrong. I'm on Perulia. This card's good. It's Perulia. And then I'm citing the Drolls again.
Yep.
argument for maining them. If you're not on as big of a Radiant package, definitely main them. I'm on the third big Radiant Typhoon guy. It's another potential going first card. He's fine. I haven't actually brought him in yet at all, but like he's not bad. He's only the deck doesn't have quite enough quick play spells as I would like to like make him actually good. So he hasn't come up very often. And then on the rest of my side is a billion one-offs. We have Solemn Judgment as another going first card, and then I'm on Talents. Potential other going first because like you want stuff to take out the Charmies for, and it's like if it's a matchup where Joel's bad, it's like you can take out the Charmies and put these 3 in. And then I have the 1 Pot of Sloth that I pulled a couple weeks ago in the winter pack, and then 3 random one-off breakers to potentially draw into off the Charmies and Pot of Sloth. I don't think the site's great. Like I said, it's just kind of tossed together.
Seemed to work for you tonight. So.
But yeah, it worked out. Like it's not bad.
Right.
Like the cards are all good. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, Jake, got any shout outs you want to make?
Not really off the top of my head. I mean, just shout out to everyone who plays here at that computer store.
Yep. Shout out to Sky Striker Ace, RayD-TCG.
That's the Sky Striker Ace Ray. Oh my god, yes, I love Ray. Which one's we opening first? Are we opening the OTSs first or the winner first? Because we got 4 packs to open here.
Oh, shoot, you might get something good.
We might. The Ultimate Tournament packs have not been super kind. I've pulled 1 ulti so far.
All right, what do we got? Hey, a prayers. That's not bad.
Those used to be like $5. I doubt they are anymore. But
yep, now you're getting it for free.
They were when the super came out.
What is this?
Well,
a Megalith card?
Yeah.
Go with
your rituals. The Lightning Vortex, a Dogmatic Beast, and my boy, Sulfador. Shout out to Sulfador. I love Christian.
I like that Lightning Vortex is in here instead of Raigeki.
Yeah, it's so random.
Like
Fairy Tale Tales, shoutouts to Caleb. He was my last round opponent today. Rise of the Bad Version, shoutouts to Fluanderies. And you don't even play this guy in Kid Stellar.
Yeah.
But actually, though, shoutouts to the one guy I played at the second ever YCS I went to, who his inboard was Omega Pass in 2024.
All right.
All right, now the winter pack.
Drum roll, please.
So last time I did the winter pack, I opened this all the way down, and I think I might have dented the sloth slightly. So I'm going to not do that again. Or try
hey, maybe we'll get another sloth.
So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to open the top up like this, I guess. Just trying not to damage the card at all.
Come on, show
This is why you see all those videos of the OCG players with scissors, and just hope that you don't
show
cut
us
the top
the
off of
sloth.
your... The second sloth would be crazy. I doubt it, though.
Hey, 7th Tachyon. That's not
That's a good
not
card.
bad.
I bought the secrets when they came out for EXO,
Right.
but that's cool.
Wow,
It's a cool card.
Not too bad. All right, well, everybody, that was Jake showing us his winning Speedroid Typhoon deck. Jake, thank you so much for being on the channel again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Pass turn.